So starting off here, right off the bat, it's a pertinent time to ask an important question, and that is, why should I take Web 101? And the root of this is the following existential question. And that question is, if a business does not have a website, do they truly exist? And this question is not necessarily, like one that you ponder with the other deep, meaningful questions in life. This one has a really easy to figure out answer. And that answer instantly is no. If you do not have a website and you are a business, you may as well not exist. Now, maybe there are reasons why a company or a service would not want to exist, you know, whatever those might be, you probably know about them, and we don't need to explore those here. And the good news is they can exist, outside of the normal societal interactions, and we don't have to worry about them. But for everything else, we need to have a website. And I really believe that living through the pandemic has proven this for many, many more strata, so different layers of smaller businesses than this was ever clear to in the past. If you want a product or a service as an end user, an unknown potential future client, you are going to need to be able to reach out to that unknown future client somehow. Facebook is not going to cut it anymore. Having an Instagram page is not going to cut it anymore. Certainly, those are pieces that you might use and that you might successfully use to reach out to a client. But really, at the core of what you have to provide is a web page. And that web page has to do a couple of different things. Now, it has to be I'm going to use the word displayable here, and it's because later on we're going to use the keyword display. So I apologize for the not quite fantastic English there, but it has to be displayable on whatever device it is that our user is coming to us from. So I am recording here on a desktop, but I do almost none of my web searching from a desktop. And probably you're the same way. And we actually have analytics that tell us that probably you're the same way. If you are not doing your web searching, if you are not doing your time on the web with a desktop, what does that mean you're doing it with? You're doing it with a tablet, you're doing it with a smartphone. Both of those are over here off camera, and my looking for them did you no good there. So if you are very, very probably, actually 85% or better of what is known as discovery, the first time it is that you find a resource and you have located it on the web, 85 or better percent of that is from a tablet or a smartphone now, not here on the desktop. So this course is going to give to you all the tools that you will need to use HTML and CSS, the very building blocks of the web. And what we're going to be able to do is provide content on all three different device classes: the large, your desktop; the medium, your tablet; the small, your smartphone. And when we're done, you'll be able to create one web page that works the same and looks as though it was built and custom tailored for each one of these different device classes, so that you can bring your content, you can bring your service, you can bring your business to the web. And that is necessary, probably more so now in 2021 and beyond, as it has ever been in the past. So, will you use what we learn here in Web 101? Absolutely, or whatever other Disney term it is we could apply for that. Absatively, positively, maybe. Um, yes, the short answer is yes. We're going to talk about design. Design is everywhere, whether or not you go into other aspects of programming, whether or not you go and apply that to Word or PowerPoint or even Excel when it is that you are communicating with other people in a business, when you are trying to get business by communicating with them. Whatever the case may be, the design we learn here is going to be useful. And at the very end of the course, what we're going to actually have a tangible site that is accessible on the internet that you can use to show, to demonstrate unequivocally that yes, I can do this with just HTML and just CSS in a way that ports any place that you're going to see web content. So you are in what I consider to be the most reflexive class, where it goes from reading it in a textbook to seeing it on a device. Nothing moves as quickly and as cleanly as HTML and CSS do. So welcome to Web 101. You're going to use a lot of this.